On October 21st, IBJ unveils the 2025 Women of Influence. Join us to celebrate Indy's most inspiring leaders and hear the powerful stories behind their success. Don't miss this moment. Register now at ibj.com/influence2025.
Kristen, Dame. Picture this. We're at an all-team meeting. All of the people that work at your money line fly into town. As part of this, we're doing sort of a work personality preference assessments, disc profiles, if you will, for those that are in the know. And Kristen, hi, Kristen.
Hi.
No baby yet.
No baby.
Baby nigh. Baby nigh. I mean, is near.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully.
Sure. Dame, hi.
Hey.
So, Kristen, as part of one of these activities, we get some insight into who's an extrovert and who is an introvert.
Nah.
Okay. And then Oz, our wonderful coworker, does this exercise where, we kind of have a scale of being an introvert and extrovert and lines everyone up in the entire company in a line, like this curving line, from most extroverted to most introverted.
Oh, no.
So, Kristen, as you may or may not know, I was the most extroverted person on the far end of the line.
Not you.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah. And I look across to say, who is my polar opposite in regards to this in our entire company? And Kristen, guess who I see?
Your brother.
My son, Damian Dunn. Dame.
It's me.
How have we been on the radio together for years in podcasts and streams? And it is quite literally the most extroverted person here and the most introverted person here. Yet it's still a decent show, top 1%.
Yeah, I don't know how we've managed to pull that off, as we surmise that those assessments are probably a little off here and there based off of how you choose to rate yourself on certain things. But maybe that was just me projecting that I wish I was that introverted. Who knows?
Kristen, if Dame was, I mean, on this scale, a relative scale is a 1, and I'm a 10 on the introverted extroverted scale, where do you think you would have placed yours? Where you would have been placed? Where would you have been?
I probably would have been like an 8.
Wow.
I'm not like your level, but I'm generally pretty extroverted.
It was a bunch of sales guys and me.
You.
I mean, go figure. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rick and Jeremiah and Andy and Jen. Kristen, I live in the world of awkward. On Sunday night, I made dinner, which I always make a nice Sunday dinner for my family. And as part of that, got to get a little dessert, but dessert at my house for my wife and I is not what it used to be. I'll get like a really nice chocolate bar, and we'll each have a couple pieces of chocolate.
I'm sorry, what?
What did I do wrong? Dame, Kristen's face reacted first. Dame's voice did. What can I help you with here?
That's not dessert.
A nice piece of European chocolate?
No.
Okay.
What's wrong with that? Help me.
I'm so glad that Dame and I are on the same page. I can't put my finger on what's wrong with that. But that's just wrong.
It feels like you just gave up and you're eating calories to eat them at that point.
Is it? Jeremiah made me laugh out loud. Pete breaks it off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Enjoy dessert. So what should I eat, Kristen?
Okay, I think the reason is it feels off-brand. Like, I would totally expect you to have a little whatever you would call the kitchen propane lighter and be doing a creme brulee or something. It just feels off-brand to me, I guess.
Dame?
It feels, she's right. Not only decidedly down market for you, but just
Okay, so we're not talking, I mean, no offense to Hershey's. We're not talking Hershey. We're talking like a really nice brand. In fact, okay, so let's get to the rest of the story here.
Okay.
I find this incredible brand called Up Chocolate. Up Chocolate.
sounds expensive.
It is expensive. It is delicious. And like we have like a salted caramel, sea salt, whatever, and it's delicious. And so it's kind of a trendy thing. And so it's, you have little pieces that break in, they're perforated or whatever, so they snap in a different direction. 521. And so I break off a piece of this up, and I turn it over because it's on the base. I turn it over to see what's imprinted because it's gonna have some sort of branding or something on it. And it's a piece. It's a hand making the peace sign, not the circular peace sign. And then on the hand, it's written slave-free cacao. And I'm thinking, first of all, I don't want to eat chocolate farmed by the enslaved. That is not something I want to participate in. But in the moment of pleasure, when I'm enjoying a piece of chocolate, I don't care to be immediately reminded that the vast majority of chocolate is farmed by the enslaved. And so it was this really weird thing of like, this is delicious. I'm glad that no enslaved people are doing this. Yet it doesn't say enslaved labor free. It says slave free cacao. And I'm like, this is really awkward. First of all, obviously I'm all for eating chocolate for dessert, but isn't that a little bit weird, Dame? Is that a little bit weird? It says slave free chocolate. I'm like, I'm about to enjoy this chocolate. And now I feel a little bit bad, kind of.
No, I think they're simply just trying to play on your emotions to make you feel even more self-righteous about buying their product.
Self-righteous.
Yeah. Rick Swink's got an audio. Pete, your audio was muffled after the vacuum release this week. I also heard that on another podcast I was listening to earlier this week. So not just this podcast.
It did happen. We heard it too.
Kristen, is it better now?
Yes.
Yes.
Kristen, what do you think about this? You're about to eat a piece of delicious chocolate.
Slave free.
It should be called uppity uppity, not up. And it says slave free on it. How do you get your head around that?
I need to know if the price of the chocolate bar matches the level of pretentious that it's giving off.
Oh, jeez, I don't have to do this. Gosh, I don't know. $7 maybe?
I just don't feel like that's a bag of peanut butter M&Ms is $7. Like, I just feel like the price doesn't match the level of virtue signaling that I feel like your chocolate is giving.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's also the language barrier because it's a European chocolate. So I don't know. It was just such a weird moment. I was enjoying it. It's like, this is delicious. And I turn over. It's like, there are slaves. I'm like, wow. I mean, yes, I know, but this is a weird moment. I don't know, Dame. I know Dame has some actual feelings about this that he'll point out to me when the show's over.
It doesn't matter what I think.
It does to me. All right. So speaking of hot takes, we're about to step into Dante's. What is it? 7 layers? What is it? It's not a Mexican dip. What? How many layers of? How many circles of hell? What's
Dante's Inferno is what he's going for, Kristen.
I know.
4?
Aren't there 4? There's 4 movements in the musical side, but I don't know for sure.
Wow. Anyway, the 7-layer dip of hell is what we're dealing with today. When does supporting your adult children turn into a terrible, terrible idea? When helping becomes hurting. Here on the Pete the Planner show. That's what we're doing today. You guys ready to do this? I want to get it done before Kristen starts contractions because I don't have any water boiling.
It'd be 9 layers in Dante's Inferno, by the way.
9 layers.
There were 4 pieces.
I'm just telling you what the Google says.
What are the 7 layers of a good Mexican dip? Can we go through this?
Meat, beans, cheese, lettuce.
Salsa?
Yeah.
Sour cream?
That's, yeah.
Guacamole.
Somebody's going to get there. Yeah. I'd be fine with
Two
both.
dips.
Anyway, okay, in 3, Money Show. 2, Financial Experts. 1. This week on the Pete the Planner Show, we answer your money questions. Here's how the show works. You email us, askpete@petetheplanner.com. That's askpete@petetheplanner.com. And here's what will happen. Your email will become a star. And we'll talk about your email on the air for several minutes. That's what we're doing today. I did use the plural pronoun we, so I must identify the. Damian, Dunn, and Kristen Elanius. My friends, Dame, hello.
Good day.
Kristen, hello for the last time in a few weeks.
Hello.
Kristen's having a baby any moment. Dear Pete, Kristen, Damian, and Margaret, which is the name of your child. I'm 57, and my 31-year-old daughter still lives at home. She works and contributes nothing financially. We cover her phone bill, car insurance, groceries, and we don't charge her rent. My husband... Oh,
Time out.
Okay.
Is this her father or my husband? Because you know what I mean? Like my husband, is this a second marriage? Because that's an element to this.
That's interesting. I did not read that the first time.
Interesting.
All right, let's see what else comes of it. My husband says we're enabling her.
Time out.
Ooh,
It's her father.
Gutsy call.
It's her father. Because if it was my husband says that I'm enabling her, then it is a second marriage. My husband says we're enabling her. It's the father.
Let us know if we are wrong.
And he wants to set conditions if she's going to keep living with us. He says we should require her to share all her spending if we're footing the bills. I don't agree. I feel like that's too invasive. I just want her to feel supported until she can save. But we're not on the same page. It's causing tension. We earn about 115,000 American dollars per year combined. And our retirement savings are behind. We have around $120,000 saved between 2 401ks and an IRA, or as really bad radio commercials for financial companies call them, IRAs. I added that. On top of that, we're still paying on Parent Plus loans for our younger child's college. Starting to worry. When does helping our daughter become hurting ourselves? Stuck parent in Ohio. Oh, Chris, what is going on here? I
Fear that maybe being 39 weeks pregnant, I might be a little harsh today.
What was your excuse last week? 38 weeks? Was that
correct?
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yes.
Yeah. And the fact that my baby's measuring 42 weeks. So I'm like so done. But here's the thing. There's 2 distinct issues here. And I really want to spend time on both of them. There is, are we enabling her? Because I do think that's a legitimate question. But what is not being seen here, I don't think by them, is this situation just showcasing financial instability for their household and lack of communication for the parents? And is she just like pressing on that pain point by not supporting herself?
Okay, so these are clearly the guide rails of the conversation today, and we will hit them throughout the show. Can I just get a little bit of potpourri out there? Dame, you may have some too.
Yeah, sure.
None of us have been on the parent side of this situation yet, quite obviously, because Kristen, that'd be weird if you had. The other thing is there are very clearly situations when maybe the adult child has special needs or there are some mental or physical health issues that all of our advice today that we're going to give would simply not apply. And we're not so tone deaf as to say that what we're going to say will apply to everyone, but we do know it will apply to stuck parent in Ohio. Dame, do you want to add any equivocation? No,
I think you've properly padded the room for us.
All right, Kristen, bring out your flamethrower. Where do we begin?
Well, there's a couple things here. When I first read this question, I thought about this concept that I learned a lot about when I was studying for my master's, which is financial enmeshment, which is very funny, which is this idea of the financial lives of parents and children become commingled at an age that's not appropriate for a child to be learning about money. And what's interesting is we usually see that with minor children and their parents, where their kids get involved in these adult conversations too early and their financial lives become intertwined. But it's almost like we're seeing that dynamic here with their adult child because she's still living at home.
Yeah, Dame, I wonder if you picked up on that too, whether it makes a difference whether the child works in a coal mine.
No, I'm very curious as to what that dynamic actually looks like. It says, what? She works. Well, full time? Are we talking? I wish there was some more detail around what does she works actually entail, because my bet, based off of the rest of the email, is that the definition of going out there and trying to provide for mom may not be the exact same definition that dad is using as well.
I don't know if you guys got stuck on this parent email from Stuck Parent in Ohio, but when she said we earn about $150,000 a year combined, what I didn't know is the daughter involved in the we, or is it just her and the husband? Now, there's a possibility the daughter's involved, but since the daughter doesn't contribute anything to the household financially, she can't possibly be involved, which means to me, the daughter's clearing a good 30 grand a year at the very least. Right? Like, what is the kid doing? I would love for her to know, for us to know what the kid's doing, but maybe that's where the dad's spending inspection request comes from.
Do you guys feel like the spending inspection request is really out of bounds? Like if we look at that variable in isolation?
Not at all.
Well, no, but it has to come with, you can stay here another 6 months, but in order to do so, we want to audit your financial situation so that we know you're okay to go out on your own at the end of that 6 month period. I think this is likely a family that really avoids difficult conversations a lot, and it has come to a head.
Yeah, I think maybe they need to look in the mirror and do their own financial audit. Because I would venture to guess that the couple's not. So in what universe do then, just statistically and in our anecdotal experience, so again, are we projecting this onto our daughter, or are we examining our own spending too?
We don't know how long daughter has lived at home at this point either. We don't know if came back like right, assuming there was college, because they mentioned Parent Plus loans for a younger child. So I'm going to make the jump that this one went to college as well. How long has they been there? I mean, has it been 10 years? Has it been, all of a sudden they fell on some hard luck and they're just trying to rebuild their life? We don't know that part. And I think that could be a really crucial part of this conversation too.
Yeah, Dame, we got to spend time with you and Kristen's entire team this week here in town. And it's what your team knows and what I've learned. It's often what's not said that tells the truth here. She didn't say our daughter moved back in after a breakup. She didn't say our daughter moved back in under tough circumstances. She says our daughter still lives with us, which means, in my opinion, she moved in right after college. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back and explore two main things. Is this enablement and is this projection? All of that is next on the Pete the Planner Show. I'm Pete the Planner. This portion of the program is brought to you by Herculean Meal Prep. We had an all-team meeting here at the Your Money Line headquarters the other day, and we had very popular sandwiches delivered for everyone on the team. They looked delicious, but I knew there was something more delicious in my freezer. So after 3 minutes and 45 seconds, I was enjoying a delicious meal from Herculean Meal Prep while my other friends were enjoying sandwiches. Does that mean I think I'm better than everyone else? No, but I value nutrition and deliciousness and still the convenience of trying to hit my nutritional goals. I'll tell you right now, there are 4 Herculean Meal Prep meals left in my freezer. They are frozen meals. They are not fresh. Got Hawaiian Burger Bowl on tap for lunch today. And this Sunday, I'm going to go restock at my local store. Now, you don't just have to go to your local store. You can go to HerculeanMealPrep.com, have them shipped to you, frozen, put them in your freezer. Tell them Pete the Planner sent you. One of my top 5 favorite things in the entire world right now. That's HerculeanMealPrep.com. Dame?
Pete?
Was that selfish?
I gotta be perfectly honest. The sandwiches weren't fantastic. I mean, there's no doubt that Herculean was way better than the sandwiches we were eating.
Sure.
It smelled wonderful while you were dragging it through the office, just making all of us, there goes our CEO, who cares about his health.
Yeah. I mean, if I die,
Delicious food.
I don't want you guys to succeed without me, so I got to eat well. Kristen, you were nodding your head the entire time.
Because it was just so on brand.
Yeah, well, look, I'm not going to eat a bunch of bread. Okay. So, Chris, baby this weekend. Dame, are you doing anything more interesting than that?
We have, no, I mean, me personally, no, but there is a junior high cross country state meet. So I will be driving back past your house this tonight, actually. And we'll be spending some fair time in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Big Rick Swink thought I was going to say I bought Herculean Meal Prep for the entire team.
Yeah.
You're wrong. Okay. Dame, I'm going to be driving past your house tonight on the way to through Toledo, and then, well, actually, I won't go by to Toledo on the way to Detroit. Dame, in my head, help me out here. Toledo and Fort Wayne are basically the same city. Do you think of it that way?
No.
No.
How do you think of them as different?
One's in Ohio and close to one of the Great Lakes. The other is very landlocked, although it has 3 rivers. Fort Wayne is the second biggest city in the state of Indiana. Toledo is maybe 4th or 5th. They're just different. Toledo is still very much manufacturing in my head, and there's not tons and tons of that left in Fort Wayne at this point.
Yeah, Kristen, do you think of those 2 places similar?
No, because to Damian's point, they're not even in the same state.
Jeez, you guys. Clearly, Dame did not listen to our improv workshop.
Sorry. Try that again. Yeah.
Dame, do you think Fort Wayne and Toledo are similar cities?
Yes, and if they were even in the same state, that make them that much more similar. But since they are basically the same thing, it's amazing that it's just not like Fort Wayne South and Fort Wayne North at this point.
Kristen missed the improv workshop, so we're going to get no buts the rest of the show from her.
Yeah.
Or it's the 39 weeks. What are you doing on Sunday, Kristen?
Having the baby.
Oh, the baby's on Saturday. I guess you told us before you're later. Okay.
Correct.
What are you doing on Saturday?
Cleaning my house so that Margaret doesn't judge me when she comes home.
Oh, I'm sure she will. Can I ask if this joke is funny? I'm about to give the joke.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
It's not about you. I was at the gym this morning. That gym baby was there again.
Oh.
You know, I've told you about the gym baby?
Correct.
I don't know. It works out and there's a baby there.
Okay.
I was talking to my friend at the gym and I was like, what if I go over and tell those people that the baby looks lazy? And he was like, why would you say that? And I was like, because it's funny to me. And it's so absurd that later in the day, they'll say, some guy told us our baby looked lazy. And I thought that's funny. And my friend was like, that's crazy. Isn't that funny? Because it feels really funny to me.
No.
No, that would have been a big miss.
To who?
Everybody but you.
Well, what if, as I explained to my friend, sometimes they just got to be one for daddy. I just needed a little giggle myself.
Okay, I mean, if you're willing to have people look at you sideways at the gym for the rest of the year, then shoot your shot, man.
I just think it's ridiculous to say a baby looks lazy. I just think it's really funny. I don't know. I mean,
It is absolutely absurd to say that a baby looks like. I totally get that.
Which is why you just shouldn't say it.
no, you're off the mark.
Okay, you know what? You are the former professional comedian, so
That's true. What do I know?
David likes it. I will text Danny Dunn. By the way, have I mentioned recently Danny Dunn on tour, nationwide tour, with comedian Rory Scovel, who is a notable stand-up comedian. Danny Dunn opening for him, friend of the show, cousin of me, and very funny guy. So his Don't Tell comedy special came out on Netflix 2 weeks ago. Already over 100,000 views.
Really?
Amazing.
Yeah, good for him. Someone of the show should succeed, you know?
Do you get credits on that for helping write some jokes? I know you used to trade ideas.
No, I would never ask nor claim that I had anything to do with it.
Okay.
But I will probably text him after the show the lazy baby thing and see what he can do with it.
I would love to see the screenshot of that, you asking him that, and then his immediate response.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to screen. I'll do it. I'm going to have to clear out some of the text above it. You remember that? Like, you have a screenshot of text conversation you want to send, but you can't because of the previous texts. Yeah. Okay. Show 3, 2, 1. Back on the Pete the Planner show. It's a financial show. Coming to you today. Kristen Elanius joins me. Damian Dunn joins me as well. We got an email from a person who's in Ohio. And the person said, our 31-year-old daughter lives with us. She works. She contributes nothing to the house. The parents are truly behind the 8 ball as it comes to financial stability now and later. And so there's 2 things happening here. There's, in my opinion, without a doubt, some financial enabling going on. Like, you've got a person who is dependent, and there is no path forward for independence for the young adult. And then, Kristen, we've got people who are unstable who are somehow blaming their instability on their kid. So where are we going here? What this segment, which one are we hitting? Are we talking the parents' instability? You want to do that?
Yeah, let's talk about where they're at from a retirement perspective and what is really within their control, which is how do we improve our financial stability and confidence? I mean, they're nearing retirement age and they're behind in their retirement savings. I mean, that should be the focal point of this email, I feel.
All right, Dame, 120 grand saved at age 57. If it's, air quotes, everybody, if it's properly invested when they're 67, retirement age, that should basically be $250,000.
Yep.
And then there's what they're putting in it on top of that, which we don't really know. But let's just say they're going to end up with $300,000 at retirement at age 67, and they have still have Parent Plus loan payments, and they'll probably still have them then. This ain't looking good, my friend.
No, it's behind, I think, is putting it kindly for stuck in Ohio. There needs to be a lot of work and focus done here. But what we know is, I mean, they've still got Parent Plus loans that they're paying for their younger kid too. So even if their daughter were to find other living arrangements, dollars may be really hard to come by, which is why I think it makes a lot of sense, as Kristen alluded to in the first segment. It was like, there needs to be an audit done on their spending first. I mean, I don't know, first and foremost, but maybe 1A, 1B on the exercises here, because they've got to figure out where their dollars are going. And if they can figure out some spaces to make some margin, they've got to take advantage of it. And if a lot of that margin happens to come with the 31-year-old daughter moving out, then they've got a great reason to expedite that process.
Yeah, Kristen, talk to us about Parent Plus loans. Really common. How common?
Unfortunately, incredibly common, especially at their age. So what we see anecdotally in our work is that some of the largest balances in the student loan space exist for those who are entering like pre-retirement. And that's because we've talked about this on the show. But if this is your first time hearing us talk about this concept, it's because historically, there's effectively not really been a cap on Parent Plus loans. You can borrow whatever the remaining need is, as long as you are considered credit worthy. And so did they tell us how much they still have in Parent Plus loans? That's incredibly concerning to me, because Parent Plus loan balances tend to be much higher than the average student loan balance.
Kristen, that's an amazing point, because Dame, again, it's the unsaid. It's so much they're dismissive of it, and it's not in the vicinity of being paid off. It is so big they can't even quantitate it. Yeah.
And it said it's for the younger child of theirs, or a younger child. So if the person in question is 31, I mean, if they're 28, 27, I mean, maybe they've got 5 years, 6 years into paying this loan down. I mean, possibly. I mean, they could have decades left if they're trying to do this.
I so quickly want to, I know we're not there yet, friends, but I want to get to let's day one this thing. Let's do whatever we can. Let's just literally, what would it take to truly solve the problem and fix it? But before we do that, what other meat is left on the bone to explore? Because we all feel there's some enablement. However, Kristen, to your point, I think this is as much about projection and about, this is the reason we're unable to do it, than anything else. So what else do we need to cover here before we get to actually fixing it?
Yeah, that's a really great point, because when Dame mentioned margin, finding those extra dollars in their budget, I scrolled back up to the email and I'm looking at, we cover her phone bill, we cover her car insurance and her groceries. And they're saying they don't charge her rent, but that's a sunk cost for them anyway. Their mortgage is what it is, regardless of whether their or their rent, I guess, is the same, regardless of whether she's living with them or not. So what do they really stand to gain by not supporting her financially? I think it's hurting. There's this idea I get from the email that if we cut her off, we'd be doing so much better. But I don't know that really tracks.
Last week we talked about financial nihilism for Gen Z, which is that financial life in America in 2025 is so difficult for people in their younger 20s, in that range, that's why there's more crypto investing, more sports betting, and all of these sorts of things. This is an interesting flip side to this, because the daughter is deeply engaged in moral hazard. She has zero risk, zero. She is making decisions without the consequences of poor decisions. So for her, she's not even to, our financial life's not worth living, I'm a nihilist. It is, she's living in a financial vacuum because her parents are providing it. So I think this situation gets 10 times worse before it gets better.
Yeah. Well, what are the chances? What are the chances this child, adult,
31,
whatever you want to call it, has healthy financial habits? If they said end of the month you're out on your own, that she swims versus sinks,
0% chance.
Zero. So if you're going to do the caring thing, I guess if you're the parent at this point, you're going to have to try and get her up to speed on what it looks like to live a responsible financial life. But as Kristen has alluded to, what are the chances that the parents are living a financially responsible life at this point?
It's just, Kristen, it's so awkward. It's the old Spider-Man meme where Spider-Man's pointing at Spider-Man.
Absolutely. This is a very do as we say, not as we do type of situation. And I mean, I don't know that the odds that she couldn't swim, I don't know that it's 0%, you guys.
Have you ever had someone who's a really good cook, explain a recipe to you that you should try to make? And as you're listening to the recipe and you know some of those skills are not in your wheelhouse, you think, well, I can't possibly execute on this amazing dish that I'm enjoying because I don't have those skills. I don't know if I've ever felt this way, but guys, we're going to come up in the next segment with exactly what to do. And with all due respect to Stuck in Ohio or whatever, I'm not sure they got the cooking chops to pull this one off because is that I'm being honest, that's how I feel.
I thought I was going to be the one that was too mean today.
I look 39 weeks pregnant.
Thank you for that.
Dame, is that fair?
Harsh but fair.
Oh my gosh, look at Mean Pete. Woke up on the wrong side of the guest bedroom. All right. All right, let's do this. Let's come back after the break. It's funny because it's true. Let's come back after the break. And how can these people actually save their financial life and their kidult's financial life? All that is next right here on the Pete the Planner Show. I'm Pete the Planner. Shout out to my girl Danza for the kidult line.
Really thought you were going to go woke up on the wrong side of the orthopedic bed or something like that.
No, I guess bed.
No, it was fine, but it's just that didn't see that one coming.
I also was waiting for the callback to your lazy dessert when you talked about the chef, but
You find yourself eating a chocolate bar.
Just okay, neither of you are driving right now, right? We're on a show, so I know you're not in a car, and I'm going to give you guys a suggestion or an instruction, and I just want other people to listen to it, but I don't want them to do what I'm asking you to do. Okay?
okay.
We just yes and Kristen is okay. Okay, go with it. Can you guys both close your eyes? Okay, close your eyes. Dame, close your eyes. I want you to imagine that you're about to enjoy just a delicious morsel of gourmet chocolate. And it's meant to be calming and just a lovely end to a slightly decadent meal. So, Kristen, keep your eyes shut. So you break off a piece of this up bar, and you flip it over as you take it to the hole in your face. And it just says, slave-free cacao. Now open your eyes. It's not jarring to you?
No.
It isn't?
No.
It's like I don't know. It just so maybe I'm crazy. Anyone in the comments? Is it jarring to you?
I mean,
He's looking so hard for support here.
You did think telling somebody their baby looked lazy was funny, so it shouldn't be that much of a shock that Kristen and I don't exactly see this the same way as you.
You don't think it's funny to tell someone that their baby looks lazy?
No.
No.
Now, if that kid was sitting in their like car seat with a headband on, like a workout, or red, white, and blue old school headband on, and little wrist things on, wasn't sitting, really wasn't doing anything. It was like, man, not very active in the gym today.
Isn't the baby joke the same thing as like your kid can't even read yet, and it's a baby like that? There's like a whole line of stuff. No.
I've got nothing. I usually try yes but I'm
so Kristen, how about this? I won't call Margaret lazy.
She might be.
See?
I don't
know. Okay.
But I just don't think you should comment on strangers' babies.
I see them in there every week. I mean, they don't.
That doesn't mean you know them.
How many times have you talked to them?
I told them last week I liked their baby.
So not enough times.
No, it's the only time I walk by. I was like, I like your baby. It's just a weird, funny, quirky thing to say. And the people are like, thanks. And my friend was just shaking his head. He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, could you play that off as like, hey, could your kid spot me? Or something, just
that's good.
Take a dumbbell over. Could you hang on to this for me for a second? Or
then just drop like a 50-pound dumbbell. Hold
I need a
on.
spotter. Is your baby available?
Margaret will be a farm baby, as Rick Swig points out. So laziness is not an option.
Good point.
All right, Dame, that's a good joke tag. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's go.
Try and help you workshop things a little bit.
Oh, that's why I appreciate. That's why I brought it up.
Okay.
Kristen, are you gonna miss us on Fridays? A little bit.
Probably. I feel like I'm gonna miss like adult interaction in general a little bit.
Sure. What are the chances you listen to the show on Fridays while you're out?
I mean, probably pretty high. I usually listen to the show.
I'm so excited for the donkey emoji, but I also feel like, Kristen, it's possible that you forget to do it understandably because it's, I don't know, the biggest moment of your life. And so I just want you to know it's okay. It's okay.
If I forget, I could just lie to you guys. You guys don't know when she's born.
It's true.
Just be like, oh, I was supposed to let them know. I'll send the donkey and then we'll wait a while and then send the picture.
You tell us what you want when you want. That's fine. The last thing you need to be worried about is sending a stupid emoji to the two of us.
Well, I don't want to say the last thing.
I have lots of people that text every day and ask if she's here yet. So I have many messages to send.
We're ahead of all of those people.
We are absolutely ahead of all those people.
Okay.
Ugh, I didn't like that.
That doesn't feel genuine.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Back on the Pete the Planner show, got an email from a person, 57 years old. They live in Ohio. The 31-year-old daughter lives with them. The 31-year-old daughter works. The 30-year-old daughter contributes nothing financially to the home. The 57-year-old mother and her husband, presumably the daughter's father, are in a really bad financial situation, and they continue to support this 31-year-old to the tune of her health insurance, that'd be car insurance, and to the tune of her phone bill. And they also are paying Parent Plus loans on this 31-year-old daughter's sister, who is also their daughter. Kristen, was that a good summary of what was going on?
I feel like that was pretty accurate.
Felt pretty good, Dame. That's not really who I am, but that was
No, good speed run.
Thanks. All right, so Kristen, do you want the first solve? Do you guys want to do like each of us solves it, and then we kind of see which one we like the best? Is that any fun or no?
I feel like we're gonna agree though.
Yeah,
Well, maybe I'm feeling tough.
Okay, well then you go first. What should they do?
They got a lazy baby who's 31 years old. That's what I know. I'm going first?
Yeah.
Okay. They can't kick the kid out right away because can't flap its wings. They're atrophied, right? They can't kick it out of the nest because it'll hit the ground and be dead. So they've got to create some financial stability and margin in the kid's life so the kid can eventually support themselves. At the same time, they also have to get their financial life in order. So here's my solution. They charge a you live here fee, the equivalent of what it's going to cost this 31-year-old daughter to live on her own, and they work up to that amount over a 3-month period. Okay, so let's say the amount is $1,000. It's $300. It's $600 the second month, and then it's $1,000 the third month, and then they get paid the $1,000 the fourth, fifth, and sixth month. At that point in time, the parents should hopefully be able to dig deeper into creating stability for their financial life, which is a completely separate issue. And the independence on the $1,000 that was created for the daughter will allow her to get out and not hit the ground when she gets shoved out of the nest. So that's my solution. Who do we pass to now? Well, are we going to Chris? Are we going to Dame? Who's going next? Or do you guys want to beat up my idea first?
Wait, can we make some comments though?
Yeah, go ahead. Your show.
Go ahead, Damian.
Wait a minute. It's all of our show. Let's go. What do you want?
I mean, there's virtually zero chance that the daughter has any money saved anywhere. Is that? Can we stack hands on that? Because if she does, this takes a wild turn. If she's got like 20 grand in the bank.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you.
Cash this whole time, and mom and dad are suffering.
She's a Robin Hood millionaire.
Yeah. So do you think that as part of the motivation to get the daughter out of the house, they say, this is what you're going to pay. And at the end of the 6 months, as we're moving you into your new place, we give you either all of it or 75% of it or whatever, whatever less the things we're spending you on, just to give her a cushion to take the edges off the inevitable oopsies that she's going to experience on her own.
Is that your recommendation?
That was going to be one of the things that I was going to layer into my recommendation. So I'm asking you if you think that is reasonable, or does it simply give rope for the daughter to make a bigger mistake with down the road?
I think that's wildly generous.
I think it's generous too, but is it a good idea?
If she doesn't have any money saved now, and when she moves out, her parents say, oh, and the money you've been paying us, we're going to give to you as savings.
Oh, yeah.
That money stands no chance.
That's a great point too. It's gone.
Yeah.
The idea would be great if we weren't so far down. Like, they're making it seem like this has been an ongoing situation, just like with the context clues. Totally different ball game if the child comes back after college for a year and we kind of do this. Mm-hmm. If she's been there since she came back from college, I don't think that's a good idea. Totally depends on those circumstances, which we don't necessarily know.
All right, Dame. So knowing the feedback you got from us, what's your plan?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really, really similar. You're going to start charging something, and if you want to do it at increasing scale while they're living there, but you have to prep them for living a financially independent life. And if you can do that under your own roof, while still getting them to actually buy in and do this, because how are you going to force them to do it at this point? Just kick them out sooner? I don't know. So there's going to have to be an agreement of some sort saying this is the timeline. You're going to have to be out on your own at this point. On the other hand, what if you just charge her and let her stay, pay an equivalent of something, and you say, okay, you can absolutely stay here. Maybe they love having her there, but it's the financial issues that are really screwing this up. And you say, you know what, we're going to keep doing what we do, but it's going to cost you $1,500 a month to stay here. And we'll basically do room and board for $1,500 a month.
I don't hate that. Hate that.
Very interesting.
Chris, with 3 minutes left, what do you got?
I think she immediately has to take over the necessities of her own life. Like, there's absolutely no reason why her car insurance should not be in her name that she's paying. She should have a phone bill in her name that she's paying. Or I get it, if it's cheaper, you Venmo mom and dad once a month or whatever. But like, her bills should be in her name immediately. The thing that's really difficult for me is mom and dad kind of telling her she has to be able to fly when I don't feel like they're totally flying in their financial life. I think that's a really hard place to be in. And I think it's really, really dangerous to say that, like, you have to do certain things, like save this amount, or if you're, running up a credit card bill, we're not going to support you anymore, because that's where that commingling of financial lives gets really dangerous. So I would say it's not their job to police her personal spending. It's their job to police their own spending. And what you can do at this point is set her up to pay the bills that she has to pay, and tell her that there's a deadline on her moving out.
I'm feeling blunt. I feel really bad what I'm about to say. This has close to a 0% chance of working out well.
It's not good. In the short term, it's not good.
There will be failures before there are successes.
There's so much wrong. And I'm looking for the light as to like something they can at least walk towards. To there's just so much wrong. The email, it's what was said and unsaid. With all due respect to listener who emailed us, I don't know, Dame. I mean, I think they need a hardcore financial counselor at the least. And I don't mind the idea, or whatever you said, that perpetually just have them rent. I don't have a problem with that.
They need consistent external accountability if they're going to try and make this happen on both of their parts.
Correct. Because they know that this is not in her best interest, and we may have let this go on for this long. Like, what's going to be different about this time of like, we don't feel like she's ready to support herself, but we continue to let her live at home and nobody makes any change.
I always think in situations like these, this is not a financial problem that has turned into a financial problem.
Indeed.
Like, none of it had anything to do with money. And now it has to do with money, but it is a non-financial thing that solves it. And those are the trickiest ones, Yeah. So, all right. I don't want to say good luck and hang up, but good luck, Queen. Like, that's a rough one. I'm sorry. Let's do this. Let's take a break. Let's calm down. I'm going to come back with biggest waste of money in the news right here on the Pete the Planner show. By the way, Dame, I did mean this is your show too. You can do whatever you want, right? Like, I wasn't trying to be like, you're the host. Like, you can do what you want.
So if you were on vacation and Kristen and I were doing the show, would you tune in to listen while you were gone? No.
Zero.
That's a good question.
Don't
Let me think about it. Jeez, I'm being honest today. I thought the baby was lazy. So, if I was on vacation and you guys did the show, would I tune in? First, I would tune in for some of it. Yes.
No.
Okay.
You're doubting me?
Yes.
Dame, do you tune in when you're not on the show?
No. I can't say.
Wow.
I mean, it's like maybe 5% of the time, maybe.
Okay. Then, so why is everyone upset that I'm going to kind of listen?
I'm not upset about that. I'm saying that you pretending like you would listen is
Yeah. I mean, it's, saying it's a 5% chance for you to tune in, I think, is very gracious.
Anyway, guys, I feel really bad, but that situation is
not great.
We provide hope around here. That thing is wrecked.
It's not good.
And they know it. They know it. They know they're enabling the kid. I want a spinning inspection of the kid. I want to know.
Do your own spending inspection.
What's that?
I said they needed to do their own spending inspection.
Yeah, I know. It's the Spider-Man meme. I'm telling you, that's the whole. That's why it's like, what?
It makes if they do their spending inspection first, it makes the argument to the daughter that much stronger, saying, "Listen, we can't
Look at that.
to keep you here."
It's a great point, dude.
Without more contribution.
Let's do the rest of the show.
Kristen doesn't agree or like something, and I think it has to do with me.
I think she's had a contraction.
No.
You good?
I'm fine.
Okay. I'm working on my breathing.
Good.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. This week's biggest waste of money of the week right here on the Pete the Planner show is Tandy peanut buttery peanut protein chocolate bites. These sweet and savory chocolate peanut butter bites have everything going for them. Delicious flavor, the most satisfying crunch, real ingredients, and added protein. Each serving has 5 grams of complete protein, so you can treat yourself in more ways than one. As if it couldn't get any better. These are made with real chocolate from sustainable farms and all natural flavors and ingredients. And by the way, there's an important element I have left out here. The name of these treats are not peanut buttery peanut chocolate bites. They're called nom noms. Nom noms, which contributes to it being in the BWOM. Kristen, for you to, as an adult, a working adult, not a lazy baby, consume nom noms, what would you pay? What do you think the price of these things are for 4.2 ounces of nom noms?
I would like to point out, I just looked up peanut butter M&Ms have 3 grams of protein per serving. Okay. So I'm just going to eat those. Yeah. But I'm thinking these are $18. Okay, Dame.
Are you proposing that the name nom noms would make us less likely to eat these?
I am.
Huh. Okay.
I can. Do you want me to paint the picture before your guess if that's helpful for you?
I'm just saying, nom noms versus up. I mean,
that's a really good point.
Let's go with $12.
$5.94. It's just the idea that like
a steal.
I'm sitting there and I'm like at work, hanging out, not working. And I reach in to my bag of nom noms for protein, of which 5 grams per serving, to Kristen's point, just to eat peanuts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Peanuts.
But Dame, you really have a good point. If nom nom's good, up's bad. Like what's up is down, what's down is nom. Well, Dame, What is in the news this week?
The federal government has officially shut down for the first time since 2019 after Congress failed to agree on a short-term spending deal. Sticking point is healthcare, of course. Democrats want to extend, I'll get it right eventually, the Affordable Care Act subsidies and reverse Medicaid cuts from Trump's recent tax bill, while Republicans refuse to budge. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers are now furloughed, and key data reports like jobs and inflation are delayed. National parks are closed. The mail still runs. Airports remain open, but could experience delays. And some museums might close, but that just means that all of the exhibits can come to life during the daylight hours. President Trump has seized on the shutdown, saying it's a chance to cut agencies and permanently shrink the federal workforce. His budget director, Russell Vought, is preparing a list of targeted cuts, though unions have already sued and some Republicans warn of political backlash. For now, neither side shows signs of compromise, raising fears that this shutdown could drag on like the record 35-day closure during Trump's first term.
Dame, if I were to solicit your unfiltered thoughts on this, is it best to do it off the air or on the air? Because I'm very interested in how you think about this.
It's as I told a few of our colleagues, the shutdown will continue until one side feels like they can no longer score political points in the media.
So off the air.
Sure.
Okay. Kristen, any thoughts on this?
I have 2 thoughts / questions. It's been since 2019 since the government shut down.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I feel like that's not true.
I feel like it was like there was. I'm with you. It's like I think it was the debt ceiling things that kind of feel like that.
That could get
just because the government feels like they never do anything anyway, so it always feels kind of like it's shut down.
There
it was. There it's coming. Real quick on this. I think though there's a lot going on, and I'm not going to pretend I understand it more than anybody else. I do think it stinks that federal workers are the pawns in this.
Yes.
Right.
Like their financial lives are going to experience all levels of ruin. The last time there was the shutdown in 2019 or whatever that was, federal workers in soup lines. Like, what have they done wrong? That's what I think stinks about the whole thing. And to Dave's point, the rest are politics. But,
yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure people come to this show for that analysis. Dave, what else is in the news?
Big shakeup coming to the mortgage world. Fair Isaac, the company behind the FICO score, will now send scores directly to lenders, cutting out the usual middlemen, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. The news sent the bureau's stocks down as much as 11%, while Fair Isaac's jumped 18%. That's not investment advice, by the way. Right now, the credit bureaus buy FICO scores, mark them up, and resell them. That middle step may be worth about this % of their profits. Not
I
everybody.
used to know this. I actually knew this number because I was doing research on something like 3 or 4 years ago. I knew this number. I want to
The credit bureaus.
Mhm.
Correct.
Profits.
Credit bureaus by taking FICO scores, marking them up, and then selling them to lenders. How much of their revenue is made up of just that practice?
65 is my guess. I don't.
I was gonna say over half, but I'm not confident in a number more than that.
15% of their profits.
Really? Where's
Yeah.
the rest of it come from?
People paying for. I don't know.
That's weird. I feel like that number's changed. I really do. There was Mark Goodman wrote a book years ago called Future Crimes. We've talked about on this show that just talked about digital crime through data. I think within that book, he talks about how much profit comes from credit scores. I don't know. Boy, loose memories on the radio here on the Pete the Planner show. Dan?
The Treasury is sitting on a mountain of gold, about 261 million ounces stored at Fort Knox and other vaults. And thanks to this year's price surge, it's now worth over $1 trillion at market rates. Gold prices have climbed about 45% in 2025 as investors look for safe havens. But there's a catch. The government doesn't value it that way. By law, it's still on the books for this much an ounce. I just told you, I didn't tell you how much it is an ounce right now. It's $3,000 some an ounce.
Yeah.
Right now. They book it at this much an ounce
Oh, I have no idea.
What's the purpose of that?
by law. And it was set in 1973.
Oh no.
$42 an ounce.
That's our laws are great, man. We're doing it.
So on paper, that puts the stash at just about $11 billion. Speculation earlier this year suggested the Treasury might update its valuation, but officials walked that back. Remarking the gold could boost the government's balance sheet, but selling it off would risk crashing the market. So for now, the U.S. is basically the dragon from The Hobbit sitting on all that glittery hoard and can't actually spend it.
Is there always this much going on that feels this high stakes? Or it's like, when you get older and you start recognizing the news and politics and world hunger and anything. And you just like, the more you know, like, oh, wow, has it always been this way? Or I'm just coming to learn of it. It feels like there's a lot of really dynamic economic events happening right now all at once. Am I wrong? Tell me.
I think in this story's instance, yes, because to Dame's point, it's been the same since 1970.
Yeah, 3.
Okay, yeah, that's an ongoing problem.
Yeah, it's interesting because they're trying to solve it, but the solve could crash the market.
Right.
Weird.
So weird. One more?
Yeah. At a Bloomberg event this week, KKR's Alyssa Wood pointed out something wild. There are more private equity funds in the U.S. than McDonald's locations, about 19,000 funds versus 14,000 golden arches.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. From golden arches to golden handcuffs, the private equity story.
Hey.
That would be the title of the book that I would go with. Kristen, this is the last time we're going to have you on the radio for a little while. So
That is actually true this week.
it is 100% true this time. The entire listenership sends you good vibes. And to the listenership itself, we send you good vibes because it's all within the budget. Right here on the Pete the Planner Show, I'm Pete the Planner. Kind of forgot how the show closed there.
That's all right.
I'm so excited to get off the air and hear what Dame really thinks. I'm just telling you how I look forward to. Kristen,
Peter.
just by the next 2 weeks, if you would, just let us know if you've had a kid.
The next 2 weeks. Okay.
Sure. What color's the baby's room?
Good question.
Her crib wall is like a purple color.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Soothing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you send a picture? I'd like to.
She won't be in there.
That's right. She'll be sleeping with the mom.
She's gonna be sleeping next to the bed.
Send me a picture of her nursery. I'd like to see it.
Okay.
Is that weird ask? I just feel like I'd like to see it. I know you guys have worked hard on it.
We have, yes. We've worked hard on a lot of things in this house in preparation for.
Send me a picture of your basement. You've worked hard on it.
No, I'll send you a picture the next time it floods.
All right. So, hey, everyone, it's just Dame and I next week. So,
We plan on having guests, though.
We will have guests. That is true. We're going to rotate it around a little bit. So, all right, Chris, good luck. Dame, have fun passing each other on I-69 tonight as we drive in opposite directions.
I'll send you the code to my garage in case you need a bathroom break.
Sweet. Thank you. Everyone else, stay getting money.
Stay ahead with Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand, your go-to source for the latest business news across the Hoosier State. Join hosts Gary Dick and Alex Brown every weekday morning and afternoon for concise updates on Indiana's top business stories. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcasts.com.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media Podcast Network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise at ibj.com to learn more.